It's The Drive on The Fan.
Yeah, we are live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios on a really nice Tuesday. It looks like it's going to be
Nice
a little
and
more
cool.
temperate, I guess.
Yeah.
Going to be good temps for us out there today. The sun's not blazing yet. I mean, it's still early, but we are waking up. Thanks for waking up with us. And today's show brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. Call for tee times, 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700, or book online at coralcanyongolf.com. I know Devin was recently out there at Coral Canyon Golf Course, got my sun hat back from our good friend Marco.
Yep, sure did. After you left it at the
long drive.
Yes.
Yeah. It'd been a little bit since I'd seen that hat. I was worried I was going to get it back.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
It has. You're right. But the long drive great event.
I'm glad you got it back, though.
Yes, I'm glad I got it back too, buddy. Right before football season. But,
Right.
Coral Canyon, they have that $80 special too. Lunch, range balls, 18 holes, a cart. I mean, it's probably the best deal in golf.
Lunch and a drink.
Yes.
Non-alcoholic.
Yes. And soda, water,
Soda, water,
Arnold Palmer, whatever you'd like.
Yep.
But they do a great job out there. Marco's a good friend of the show, a great guy, does a great job manicuring the greens, making sure everything is tip-top over there at Coral Canyon Golf Course. And, man, I mean, we are drawing closer as the calendar flips over to August 18th. We are literally 11 days away from the opening of college football, week 0, as they call it.
I am so excited.
And it will be, the new week 0 is, yes, there's still some FBS games. I think there's about 5 or 6 top teams in the Power 4 going, but it is a big FCS showcase week. I mean, they are playing a lot of FCS games, including our very own Utah Tech, who will be kicking off from Greater Zion Stadium. Night game, going to be really a great environment. Montana State, they travel. There's going to be a lot of Montana State fans in attendance. And hopefully on our side of the field, we can fill up the home section and create a great environment for week 1.
Yeah, they deserve it. They've been working hard, and I really like this team. So I'm hoping that, we get a lot of people out to Greater Zion Stadium to watch these guys play, because this is going to be a big game.
Huge game. The eyes of the FCS nation will be upon Utah Tech. Everyone will be wondering, can they pull the upset? I mean, it'll be a tough task as Montana State reigning national champions, returning a good amount of players from last year's team. So it should be interesting. The newly revamped Utah Tech defense, the offensive line that returns 3 starters, the three-way quarterback
and
battle.
And their O-line is big. Like, they are good guys.
Yeah.
So I think their O-line is going to be a lot better this year. A lot of them, like 6'5", just watching them from the field level, right? And we all know I'm pretty short. And I'm just like, I'm like looking up at these giants, and I'm like, man, they're going to be a lot better this year.
That's right. And the offensive line was good last year. I think it has a chance to be better this year. I think the quarterback room has a chance to take the next step in the progression. And Asa Chapman, I think, went to media day for the Big Sky media availability. He's kind of a leader on the team, more of a dynamic running back that we haven't had since Quali Conley, who played at Utah Tech during the Joey Hobart year, if anyone remembers, and then went on to San Jose State. He was a really good 1,000-yard rusher for the Trailblazers that year.
Yeah, Ace is awesome.
Ace is
he's been looking good. Yeah, he's an ankle breaker.
Yeah, he can rival, I think, Quali Conley's athleticism. Yep. I'd really like to see Asa be featured this year, but that's a little on Utah Tech football. Let's jump into the best thing we saw from a night ago in sports.
It's time for...
And before we get to the best thing today, as this is kind of a heavier topic, as a lot of people were affected by the massive rainfall totals in Hurricane this past weekend, and we have some people wanting to step up and help here. S&S Steel Fabrication is standing with their neighbors. Our thoughts are with every family and business across Hurricane affected by this week's flash flooding. We are so sorry, and we're here to help. To our community and neighbors impacted by the recent flash flooding, we are so sorry for what you're going through. Everyone at S&S Steel Fabrication has watched the images from Pecan townhomes and neighborhoods across Hurricane with heavy hearts. This is our home, too, and we want to help you recover. S&S Steel will match donations dollar for dollar. How about this?
Wow.
Up to $30,000 to support flood recovery in Hurricane. To donate, call or text Alicia Staples, 435-313-5374. That number again, 435-313-5374 to give and have your donation matched. This is a great
incredible.
cause.
Dollar for dollar. This is really awesome for S&S Steel to step up like this. So everybody get out there and donate.
Yes.
Make sure you call in and, even just if it's $1,
It's two.
Yeah, that's two. So
That's
good
right.
math. Good math there, Polly.
I know. I'm putting it together up here this morning. So,
Yeah.
So again, if you'd like to donate, call or text Alicia Staples, 435-313-5374 to donate, and all the way up to $30,000. They're going to be matching dollar for dollar. So if let's see if I can crunch some radio math here real quick. 30,000 times 2, computing, processing, $60,000.
Good job.
Is
Wow.
the grand total if every dollar is matched up to 30,000. So get out there and donate. I'm sure everyone has a friend, family member, acquaintance, someone you work with, whatever that may be,
Yeah.
that was affected by these floods. So let's rally together. St. George in Southern Utah has always been a great community to support each other and through tough times. And this is obviously a tough time for the Hurricane community.
Yeah.
And we'd like to stand with them. So yes, go ahead and get a donation in. It will be matched by S&S Steel. They need to be talked about as well for how cool this initiative is.
Yeah,
so
this is great.
this is a great thing, and hopefully we can get some big donations coming in. But something big yesterday
Yeah.
was the
Your best
AP
thing?
poll, my best thing. This is kind of the the coaches poll comes out a little ahead of the AP poll.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the AP poll is people like us, media types, writers, reporters, people that cover these teams. So the coaches poll versus the AP poll, do people, which one do they value more? It seems as if, like, whenever you see a game on TV, the ranking beside the team's name is the AP poll ranking. They don't go with the coaches poll
Right.
rankings for official. So I always consider this, the AP poll being released, as kind of the unofficial
bigger
start
deal.
of college football season.
Yeah.
So when I look at the AP poll, there's a lot of variation between the coaches and AP this year. But Ohio State stands the test of time. They are up top at number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Oregon. Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Notre Dame. And number 5, Texas, round out the top 5. Indiana, Miami, A&M, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma make your top 10. So when I look at that, it is a lot of SEC and a lot of Big Ten throughout this this poll. I mean, BYU, Utah, Houston, and Texas Tech, the only 4 Big 12 teams in the poll. And the highest appearance you see a Big 12 team is 12 with Texas Tech. So no teams for the Big 12 inside the top 10 of the AP poll. Obviously subject to change. A lot of these teams going to lose, go down. But, right now, BYU, I was looking at this. They got a really good starting spot in this poll, 14.
Yeah.
And whenever you're ranked that high, you've got the ability to rise with wins. And a lot of people think BYU's favored in every matchup besides Notre Dame this year. So this is an opportunity for BYU to shoot up the rankings in the first 4 weeks. Some teams get upset within the top 10. You move up, you move up, you move up. Then these college football playoff polls start getting released, and you're in the talk of getting in the playoff, just like last year. But I think this year will be different for BYU. And Utah all the way down in the 20s. I think that's a little disrespectful.
21.
I thought.
But I mean, that's where Phil still had him as well. Like, actually, the AP poll looks almost identical to Phil Still's. I can't remember exactly what his was, but I'm like looking at it and it's like deja vu. Like,
You're seeing a lot of things you've seen
Exactly,
before.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, did they actually pull or did they just like take Phil Still's?
Did they just grab a magazine off the Barnes and Noble rack?
Exactly. Hopefully the right one, his actual magazine. Not
hopefully not the AI
knockoff.
slop that is being tried to take from
exactly.
Phil. But I heard that's been rectified by Amazon, by the way. He put out a tweet that said that there's no more fake copies out there.
Good.
So, but this AP poll, it's the best thing I saw. It comes out yesterday because it's kind of the unofficial way of saying, hey, we're coming.
We're going.
It's August 18th. We are less than 12 days, less than 2 weeks, whatever you want to say, away from the college football season starting. So it will kick off August 29th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. That's when if you're a college football fan, your TV will be on at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on ESPN.
Yep.
TCU, North Carolina, and Bill Belichick's second season had a disastrous first year.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in that game.
That should be a good game, right? All the way from
the Frogs and
it's from Dublin, Ireland. So it's going to be that Aer Lingus Classic that every year they do it. It's always a pretty good game. Last year it was Iowa State and Kansas State, and it came down to like the last couple plays. I mean, I think these guys get up to play these international games. I think it'll be fun. UNLV Memphis also on the week 0 slate. A lot of people think the Rebels going to be good this season. So
and that's it at UNLV or at Allegiant Stadium. So that would be. If you're in town, that'd be a great, fun game to go to.
Week 0.
Yeah, if you're not going to go to Greater Zion, go to Allegiant.
Yes.
Watch
plenty of seats always over there.
Oh yeah.
It's an NFL stadium for a college fan base that really isn't too fervent. Yeah. So if you've ever been to a UNLV game, you could buy a cheap seat and move all the way down to wherever you want to sit because there's a lot of open seats.
Yep.
But not this year, maybe, because UNLV expected to be really good. They might be the G6 playoff team potentially. A lot of people think they could be a tops of the group of 5, I should say, group of 5.
Yeah.
But let's go to yours, Tara. As I'm all excited about the AP poll. What are you excited about?
Well, okay, we didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but this actually happened on August 15th. But this was Joshua Baez in his debut for the Cardinals, hit 3 home runs. First plate appearance, Major League Baseball debut, home run.
Boom.
Second plate appearance, boom. Third plate appearance, home run. And this is what was crazy too. I got to go back to this part. So they said if you had put $10 on Joshua Baez hitting 3 home runs with the first 3 hits of his Major League Baseball career, you would have won $7,589,285,820. Let that just soak in for a second.
That's a lot.
You could have been a trillionaire.
You could have. You could have been. The opportunity was there.
It was there, and we missed it.
And he completed the task. He hit the 3 home runs, which I don't know that there's been a rookie that I can ever remember that's hit 3 home runs in his debut.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I've heard of guys in their first at-bat hitting a home run. They're all juiced up. They're making their debut. They're excited.
But all 3.
All 3
I mean,
at-bats.
that Yankees kid just did that. Like, hit a
Lombard.
home run. But, I don't. Yeah,
I doubt it.
I might have to chat GPT that or something.
Okay.
But I don't think there's anybody that's done it. But this is what it sounded like. This is his 3rd home run.
Swing, drive, well hit right. Suzuki back. It is gone. It is gone. It is gone. 3 homers for Baez. Major League history at Wrigley Field.
Yes.
Yeah, crowd's just going crazy. People are shocked. Like, even all of his teammates were just kind of like holding their heads like, you got to be kidding me.
Elias Sports Bureau confirmed he is the only one to hit 3 in a debut.
Wow.
So that is Major League history, and it has never been done other than Joshua Baez. So incredible. And that is very worthy of the best
He's gained
thing.
a fan right now.
There you go.
I am now a fan. Don't like the Cards, but Baez.
You're a fan. You jumping on the bandwagon for Baez. Okay. He's got a brother, I believe, Javier Baez, who plays he used to play for the Cubs for many, many years. So it's a baseball family, I think. But he's going to be a great, great player. It already looks like. So I've been a fan of watching a lot of young players in baseball. I mean, I think Pete Crow Armstrong is taking the world by storm. He had
I
two
don't think Javier is.
Oh, he's not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he was.
No. Javier has brothers, but it's like Rolando and it's not Joshua.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
They're not brothers now.
All right, never mind. I thought he was, but I thought I heard that somewhere, but I guess not. But yes, Pete Crow Armstrong, 30 home runs now in the season, 2 last night. Ohtani hit 2 more. The NL MVP race is about as tight as it can get between those two.
Yeah.
As far as who you think is going to be the NL MVP, it's really probably going to come down to like the last couple weeks of the season.
Yeah.
As far as like the betting odds go right now, Pete Crow Armstrong, I think, is the slight favorite over Ohtani, but it's going to be really interesting to watch down the stretch which one of them is going to come up with the MVP, which Ohtani has won multiple MVPs, and Crow Armstrong has kind of burst onto the scene this year. I mean, he was good last year, but he is an elite player now. And as I look at the awards, Yordan Alvarez is the favorite to win the AL MVP at minus 1,200. So he is 12-1 to win the MVP in the AL. In the NL, Shohei Ohtani minus 105, Crow Armstrong minus 115. They are neck and neck for that award. So that's one thing I'm really intrigued to watch down the stretch is does somebody else win the MVP other than Ohtani? I mean, Crow Armstrong's had an amazing season. The Cubs are having a good year as well. So that'll be one thing to track down the stretch. But I like that one. Joshua Baez, who's not related to Javier, but he is still a very good player. And he had 3 home runs in his debut, and it's the best thing that Tara saw. Mine's the best thing is the AP poll releasing for college football, and the precipice of the season is upon us. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on the show today. And it's brought to you by, that first segment was brought to you by Zag, Protect It Better. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City Zag. Just mention the radio special and they'll apply that $20 off for you. Also brought to you by Game Day Men's Health for a free T-test to reclaim your game. T as low as just $50 a week, lowest price if you sign up this month. Book your appointment at Game Day Men's Health. Call or text 435-265-4223. We're going to grab the quick break. Be back with more hard-hitting sports takes right after this.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
We're back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's another edition, a Tuesday edition of The Drive, and it's brought to you today by Prime IV, PrimeIVSTG.com to book an appointment or call 435-522-5005. They got the back-to-school specials, all kinds of stuff, a free B12 injection, a free additive, a personalized wellness roadmap, and an entry to win a 3-month essential membership. And the best part, stick with monthly wellness routine for your first 90 days, and Prime IV will reward you with a free Myers IV, $180 value. This August, don't just get back to school, get back to you with Prime IV. All right, let's get into this now. As fantasy football is starting to rev up here, heat up, as it's the season of the year where drafts are happening, friends are getting together, people are breaking bread over football for the first time in months.
Yeah.
And
we're all getting together at my house on the
right.
30th, right?
You've volunteered. Well, if you volunteered it or not, it's
yeah.
You were kind of pegged.
Devin was a little overwhelmed, yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of pegged as the host this year. So first, let's get your take on that. So, like, do you like the idea of hosting, or do you like just showing up to a fantasy football party at someone else's house?
I mean, that's always nice too, because it's way less stressful to just go to somebody's house. But
no cleanup and stuff.
Yeah. But I love having people over to my house too, and we've got a great place to do it. So
yes,
it'll be fun, and I'm excited about it. Devin's being whiny about the online because he drafted 2 defenses last year.
Yes.
So this year we are doing
just stick them up there board.
Yeah. Which
how do you feel about that?
I've never done that before.
Okay.
I've always done the online, because it's so much easier to track.
Yes.
And less work than having to go back in and put everybody's teams in and keep track of everything like that.
So let me just warn you with this draft, with the slap the names up on the board and everything. There is no big board like on your phone, like on the online drafts. Everyone has to print out, and sometimes we don't print them out. But like, you don't have the sheets with all the players.
I'll make sure I've got them printed out.
There we go.
I promise we will have that, because that's going to drive me crazy.
And we need pens for everyone to cross out the
which
names.
ones are taken, and so it's going to be interesting.
It's a labor of love. The draft board, like, it is a labor of love. It's not the most ideal way. Like, everyone's on their phone.
I think it will be more fun.
It's more fun. I agree.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal, because an online draft, everyone can just kind of do it on their phone or computer.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it simple, but
makes it faster.
And it does make it a lot faster. That's been kind of one of the gripes with our league, is with these boards. It adds probably another hour and a half to 2 hours. Hour and a half at least.
And Devin will have to do all the input, because he's the commish.
He is the commish.
I don't have to worry about that. But
you're hosting, and
I'm hosting.
You're hosting.
And to peel back the curtain a little bit, our fantasy group is amazing. Like, we have the most trash talkers of all time. So we were throwing out ideas, like, should we just do a potluck style, like for food and all of this?
Yes.
And then somebody suggested that everybody brings a dish that like represents their favorite team.
Yeah, I like that.
And so then I put out there, like, so what do I bring for the Raiders? And DC, David Cadero, our good friend, so he writes back, he types back, he's like, for the Raiders, ... bring bail money.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like, dude, okay, come on.
So I already
love
know.
it. We're already started.
I don't know how many of our fantasy football compadres are listening right now, but I already know what I'm going to bring as my item.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What are you going to bring for the Commanders?
I'm bringing a pack of 5 gum for all of you.
All
of you. For all of you.
You guys you're an idiot.
5 gum, and it is allowed to be because of Jaden Daniels and the number 5
It's not
dispute.
allowed to be. They said they had to rebrand. They're actually rebranding. So that'll be great. I'm going to hold on to it, because that's probably the last time we'll ever see 5 gum. So it's going to be like a
keepsake.
A keepsake.
Yeah, you can put it in like one of those little.
In 10 years, it's going to be worth millions.
One of those things those little kids bury. They take a lunchbox and bury it in the ground like a time capsule. And then someone digs it up like 30 years later. You could put a 5 gum in there.
And a Jaden Daniels card that won't be worth shit like in several years. But the 5 gum might be worth something.
Yeah, it'll be a rare keepsake. So yeah, so
all right, but
the bringing stuff, the potluck thing, that was a great idea as far as, just bringing something related to your team or your region where your team's from. And
okay, but how are we going to determine the draft order? Because usually, like the online, it'll just randomly select.
Yeah,
and,
that's no fun.
like snaking and all of that. Like, what are we? So
And other leagues do boring ways of doing it. I mean, who pays first? Who got their money in? Like, they look at the Venmo timestamps, and it's just like, dude, let's do something more fun.
Right.
Let's have something a little more. I mean, you mentioned our group. It's a very colorful group.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
We have a good group.
It's a good fantasy football group, and I think they'd be down for more fun.
Yeah.
Another thing, along with the draft order, we've never really done anything as in terms of a punishment for the person that finishes last. And Dale, one of our good friends, he suggested last year that we do a punishment. And it got shot down by everybody because everyone's afraid of losing. But
No,
I say
think
we
have
push
to have
forward with that.
Yeah.
And some of the punishments I've seen over the years, I know my buddies back home, this is kind of a West Virginia frat thing, but they made a guy run a 5K and smoke a whole pack of cigarettes during the 5K. That was one. There's a guy that he did a golf round just mirroring a swing. He didn't even have a club. He just went out with a random foursome, right? 3 people, you have no idea who they are, complete strangers. And you don't even have clubs. You're just swinging a golf club. You're like faking a golf swing with your arm. And he had to play a full 18 holes.
How do you play like that? You can't even hit your ball.
I know. It's just to look stupid. And you're not allowed to say that I'm doing this for a fantasy football
He'd be stuck on the first hole the whole time because he can't hit his ball.
Correct, but he's pretending he hits the ball. Then he goes in a bunker, and he's pretending he's in the bunker, and
you can't move your ball though if you don't hit it. So that doesn't even make sense. I don't even know how that could happen.
Well, it did happen, so I'll tell you that.
How?
Well, I mean, he
just picked it up like he
just pretended he just pretended it landed here on the fairway or in the grass or whatever or in the dirt. It doesn't matter.
So then he just pick it up and move it to another spot and then pretend again.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It is dumb. It is very dumb.
But
a fantasy football punishment. I've seen other ones where, guys are asked to go play a game of basketball and just like pink, like all pink. I've seen that. Just a random pickup game with other people and just show up and kind of wear all donned in pink. I mean, I don't know. I think there's more creative punishments that could be made. I mean, we've got a lot of very creative people in this group. I think that we could come up with something that will be embarrassing, but not too far. I've actually got a text here. Punishment. I've heard a loser had to take the ACT
college entrance test. Who was that?
That's
Speaking
pretty
of
good. That is pretty good.
BY Brian Young, until you get a 20, Paul would be taking it for the rest of his life.
I'm not a math guy.
Brian, that wouldn't work out for Paul.
Who said I'm going to finish last?
You've been pretty close to last the last couple of years.
I wasn't last last year. I was near the bottom, but not the bottom. And that's what matters.
Okay.
It's who finishes in the bottom position. So, for me, I would not be in fear of taking the ACT because I've taken the SAT, and I scored okay on that years ago. So, I think I could take the ACT and maybe...
You wouldn't get close to 20.
I don't know how the ACT scored. So, like, is
scored
20 a good score?
No.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I think it's average.
All right. Well, I think
the best score you can get is like 36, but they base it's different cats. So you have like language, math, and then science and history. I don't know. Like, so it's all like different categories. It's been a long time since I took it, but I got way better than a 20. I can tell you that much. But
could you get a 20 today?
The average. Oh yeah.
Oh, very confident. I like that.
I think I'd be fine. But I'm also confident that there's no way I'm coming in last.
Okay.
That's just not going to happen.
You are very so last year, I'll pull the curtain back this time. Last year was the first year of having Tara in our fantasy football league, and it was a treat. It was an absolute treat. She's very competitive. She likes to win. But if she remembers correctly, who beat you last year?
Boston.
Not in the playoffs. I'm talking the regular season. There's someone in this room. I don't know. Let me look around. Oh, it's me. I beat you. I did.
Not the second time.
Not the second time, but we split, I think, 1-1.
Yeah.
So that's something for me.
But I had like half of my team out too, remember?
There's always excuses.
Yeah, half of my team was out.
But anyways, we need to draft up some kind of fantasy football punishment. and the draft order. Those are still two things we got to determine.
Yeah. Well, we got to start with the draft order.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. How are we going to determine this?
How are we going to determine?
Here's my idea.
All right. I want to hear your idea.
Okay. So I have a batting cage in my backyard.
Okay. I already see where this is going.
And we've got, my pitching machine. So I think we should have a home run derby. Everybody gets 10 balls at the fastest it'll go, which is 70.
Why does it have to go to the fastest?
70 miles per hour. And whoever makes the most contact wins. Like gets the first spot, and then we kind of take it down from there.
Well, the contact, a lot of people could foul balls off. We're talking like hits,
but we're talking like hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not little dinkers.
Okay. I mean, I'm good at hitting the little dinkers. I'm not really good at hitting the big home run balls. So, I mean, I might be fouling a lot of pitches off. I've been
but
in here.
But at 70 miles per hour, not many people are making contact with that.
That's right. Maybe we should ramp it down.
So
to
that's why I'm
50-ish.
saying just who makes the most contact.
So anything in play, like going forward, would be considered a hit or whatever.
Would be so not like a home run, because we can't really calculate that.
Yeah.
So exit velocity or anything, we don't have that. But
so we got other ideas.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That is because your house does boast a batting cage, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
So we could definitely do that. A lot of people like to just do like a Wheel of Fortune type thing, like spin a wheel, make it as random as possible.
I don't like that.
I don't love that either.
How about this Wonderlick for idiots?
Oh,
kind of
like are you smarter than a fifth grader
give
type
a 10
quiz?
question test? Yeah, with name all 4 Ninja Turtles. How many Kardashians can you name?
Okay.
Do some spell Tua
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I can't even say his last name, let alone spell it.
What about this? How about a combine? An actual combine where we do physical activity, where I will finish low in that. So I will probably be picking towards the bottom because most
it's the 40-yard dash,
the high jump, the broad jump. We could do a swimming activity in your pool. We could do a down and back 3 times.
Yeah, or we could just do a 100-yard dash, but do it handicapped. So it's the fastest gets first draft position, but you can add Beer Belly gets a 5-yard start.
All right.
Former athletes or something have to start 10 yards back or just give
I'm
it
a former
different
athlete,
kind of
but I fall into the
handicaps.
Beer Belly category now. So
I
like that.
Instead of you might have to just start 10 yards or 5 yards back. We'll give you the 5-yard Beer Belly advantage, but you still have the 10-yard disadvantage.
How many other players in our draft will have the Beer Belly advantage?
Almost all of us. Oh no, not the beer, but I think almost all of us were athletes.
Yeah.
So that actually we'd have to come up with different handicaps.
We'd have to give a different stipulation, but I do like the combine. I think a combine of maybe some kind of sprint, a jump, some kind of swimming activity if we'd like to get wet.
If you golf more than one time per week, you have to start 50 yards back, Devin.
Yeah. If you're out on the course 3 to 4 times a week.
Who is on the course right now.
Yeah.
So, he gets a bigger disadvantage.
Here, and he's out on the course just hitting them straight.
Exactly.
But, I think I like the best of all the ideas is probably the combine and the batting cage. I think those two are probably the most effective ways of making the draft order in a fun way. I mean, everyone can do the names in a hat or the Wheel of Fortune or whatever, but I think determining the draft order, making it fun, really adds an element to fantasy football.
I think so too.
So
I like the punt, pass, and kick too.
Oh, the old NFL bit. Yeah.
I like that one.
That'd be a good bit. I like that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Punt, pass, and kick, longest of each, and we average them together and get your number, and that'd be great. I think that'd be fun.
Devin just said, let's do blackjack, Paul. You never win that.
All right. We're getting zinged from every which way. At least Brian contributed.
We're getting lit up here.
At least Brian contributed something that's a topical idea that could actually help the fantasy football draft. I think the ACT thing is actually a good bit. Making
that is
a
actually
40-year-old man or 35-year-old guy go and take an ACT. That is pretty funny.
But Brian, that was epic. I love that.
That was good. A great submission from BY, a loyal listener and a coworker.
Yeah.
So, but we will keep we will try and make this more finite and like what we're going to do. I don't think we really have a clear idea yet because we got to probably pose the question in the chat with everybody. Like, are we down for a punishment this year? What do we want to do for the draft order? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we got to make everyone all in on both ideas because I think
pickleball.
Yeah, you got a whole Olympic facility in your backyard, so we can do all kinds of.
Who can stay in the ice tub the longest?
Oh, that won't
in the
be
ice
me.
bath.
That won't be me. I'll be last.
Whoever stays in the longest gets first pick, and then that's actually not a bad idea.
Now I could sweat somebody out in the sauna for a while,
for a little bit,
but I can't do it's not as fun, and you get all sweaty and hot.
Yeah,
so.
and then you'd stink. And then our food wouldn't taste very good. So.
I don't know how those two correlate.
Everybody would stink from sitting in the sauna, and like just the smells would ruin the food.
Oh, you're saying like just the air that's in the room after
everybody's
sauna.
like sweated it out in the sauna.
Yeah.
At least the ice bath, you wouldn't stink.
That's right. You'd be fresh, a little wet, but you could probably just towel off and be good to go.
Spare change of clothes.
All right. Well, that's our fantasy football draft order / punishment talk today on the drive. As well, we haven't come to any solutions yet, but we are definitely going to kind of take a poll in our fantasy football chat. I hope everyone out there listening does the same. Do something a little different. Don't have the vanilla just pick names out of a hat or the fortune wheel or whatever. I mean, do something cool. Leave a stamp on your draft this year that you're going to remember. I know we're going to remember if we've got all these.
And I want to see people's video. Like, please video it and send it to us. Like,
that
would be hilarious. I want to see everybody's ideas.
We love to see the reactions, the expressions, just the fun banter and all the good stuff. So fantasy football season is upon us. Tuesday, August 18th at 7:38 on a Tuesday. And this segment today brought to you by Prime IV, PrimeIVSTG.com to book an appointment or call 435-522-5005. We're going to grab the quick break. Be back with more hard-hitting sports takes right after this.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Yeah, we're back. Really enjoying today's show on The Drive, and thanks for riding along with us as today's show brought to you by a great number of local partners, including Zag, Coral Canyon, Game Day Men's Health, and Prime IV. And wanted to jump into this as last week we got off to a roaring start in Region 9. It was a fun week to be covering our local teams, and we got a big slate coming up this week. We got 6 games, all teams in action, starting with Crimson at Provo, the reigning state champions from a year ago. Lose a lot of players to graduation, of course, but they still should be a solid group. And Crimson, they fall 33-21 in a game where they're playing a school that's 2 classifications higher than them.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of talent, a team that was just in the state championship against Corner Canyon a year ago. So Lone Peak is a factory. I mean, they turn out a lot of players. They got great coaches. They're just a good football program. So for all the Crimson fans out there, don't be alarmed. I mean, I know it was not the game you were looking for at the home opener, but it was a really good football team you were playing against. This week, you'll be playing a 4A team at Provo in a game that should be really good. I'm looking forward to seeing how Tanawai Andresen translates, not his finest game last week, but again, against a really good defensive secondary. I think he's going to come out and light Provo up, to be totally honest with you. I think he's going to have a massive game. Coy Duckett made that amazing catch we played yesterday in the back of the end zone. I think those two are going to have a nice connection throughout the season. So Crimson against Provo on the road coming up in week 2. This game will be on the Fan Sports Network. That's Timpanogos traveling down to Desert Hills. This will be a much tougher opponent than Hillcrest in week 1. Look for a tougher game between the Thunder and Timpanogos. The Timberwolves going to make their way down the I-15 for this matchup. And again, I'm going to the quarterback for the second game, but Deacon Virgin, last season at Dixie, probably not the year he wanted. They lost a lot of games. He threw some interceptions, had some uneven games, but in his first game as a member of the Thunder, throws for 5 touchdowns and looks like the quarterback a lot of people thought he was going to be. So I think Deacon Virgin, a big X factor throughout the season. He's a tall gunslinger, long arms. He's got a big frame. He could be a college football next level quarterback with a big season this year, and he's already started off hot. So Desert Hills home against Timpanogos. That will be on the Fan Sports Network. You can watch it on our YouTube page streaming live, and it'll be one of 2 games, and I'll get to the other one. And the next one is Cedar at Pineview. That'll be the Boulevard home game of the week. Caden and Max on that one this week. Me and Devin Dixon on the Desert Hills game. And Cedar, the reigning state champions at the 3A level. They look to really impose their will against Pineview. A new quarterback, new system. Man is the quarterback for Cedar. And we've already heard a lot about Coy Doman. Had a really good game against Manti. Really lit up the scoreboard, threw a lot of touchdowns. Big plays. I think this sophomore could be really impactful for Pineview this season. And I'm looking forward to getting over to Pineview and catching a game and covering one, but it won't be this week. That'll be Max and Caden from Pineview for Cedar. The Reds take on the Panthers. All right. The next game of the 6 on the slate is Dixie at Canyon View, going down to the classification 3A level here. Dixie lost 62-20 in the game last week against Ridgefield. So they're licking their wounds a little bit, trying to get back on the winning ways. And Riker Mulestein is the sophomore gunslinger, dual threat quarterback. He's a guy that can do a lot with the ball in his hands. I think he's a really productive quarterback. He's going to fit Will Liebert's system really well. The running, passing acumen that this kid possesses is amazing. So hopefully Dixie, who took their lumps in week 1, can get off the schneid and win against Canyon View. And then Hurricane at Moapa Valley. I know a lot of people, including Tara, intrigued by the Tigers this year. A lot of people thinking they're in for a big year, and they started off the season with a 47-12 victory over Virgin Valley. They traveled to another team in Nevada here. The Pirates of Moapa Valley. They beat them last year. They should take care of business, I hope, this week, as Jerry Cannon Cowan, the quarterback coach connection is going to be great this year. Father-son relationship, quarterback coach relationship. I'm sure that both will be great throughout the season. And lastly, Snow Canyon, who just hung 64 on the board. They're going to travel to Layton Christian Academy. Don't know too much about Layton Christian, but I know one thing: Snow Canyon's offense can score and score a lot of points. So those are the 6 games on the slate this week. Which game are you most intrigued by, Tara? As we've got all six teams in Region 9 going. Who would be the game that if you could only watch one, which game would you lean towards?
Ooh, that's hard. Because I'm always intrigued by Hurricane. They were my preseason vote.
Mm-hmm.
So I always want to watch them. However, I am interested in this Desert Hills Timpanogos game, which I will be on.
Yes.
So, I don't know. That's hard. They're all good. And Crimson Cliffs and Provo, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really intrigued by that one.
That should be a good game.
Yeah.
Of the games in town, you got Pineview, Desert Hills. Those are the only 2 teams in town this week.
Yeah.
So we've got the 2 for you. But if you were to watch, let's leave those games that we're broadcasting
I think Snow
out.
Canyon's at home as well.
Oh, they are at home. Okay.
Yeah. But, so leave those 2 games out.
Yeah, leave the ones we're broadcasting out.
Hurricane and
Moapa. Okay. You are really intrigued by the Tigers this
I like the Tigers. I liked the Tigers last year. I think they're a scrappy, great team. So,
Yeah.
But I mean, Snow Canyon, you've got Lounsbury and all of their great players too. So they're always fun to watch as well. And like you said, I don't know much about this Layton Christian team. So I don't know how that's going to go. It could be a blowout again.
It could be.
But we'll see.
Snow Canyon's going to score. I know that.
They're going to score, but it's like, what can their defense do?
Yes, we need them to play a little better, stingier defense this week. Yeah, it was kind of. I think Coach T was probably a little disappointed with his defensive performance last week. I think he'll dial things in at practice this upcoming week, make some adjustments, tune things up, and they will be better than 62 points. I mean, there's no way we're going to see that
give that up again.
Yeah. I think they'll be much better than that against Layton Christian. I'm intrigued by Hurricane as well, Moapa Valley. The Pirates, normally a pretty decent team. So Virgin Valley, that game got away from the Bulldogs as Hurricane kind of piled it on in the second half. I'm interested to see what Moapa does this year. They should be interesting, a good opponent for Hurricane in week 2. I'm also intrigued by Dixie. I want to see, I know they were picked last in the preseason poll by the coaches and media. I want to know if that's going to be kind of a rallying cry for the team, of we were picked last. No one believes in us.
Right.
Like, I want to see how they come out against Canyon.
Use that as fuel.
Yeah. Use it as motivation, fuel, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I don't think that they're going to, I think they're going to beat Canyon View. I got a feeling about Dixie. Canyon View, a 3A team, used to be in Region 9. I mean, we used to see the Falcons all the time, but I think Dixie handles them on the road and gets a narrow win. I'm not saying handle as in blow them out, but I think they get a narrow win and get the vibes going upward for the football season. And then we've got our pep rally pit stop for the Cedar Reds this week. How about that? Coming at you live
on Friday. I am excited for this.
Texas Roadhouse. Yep. I mean, you got to be excited. I'm excited. We're both excited. It's going to be a jammed, packed house over there. A live college game day style show. We're still working on getting the mascot heads for me. I'm hoping we get that worked out.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it.
I know. I need to get that figured out for sure. And then we're talking about too having a prize or something for the best poster for the fans, like best poster. And because we want it to be like a college game day feel. So everybody come out and support your team. How much of the proceeds goes to your team if you come out and eat at Texas Roadhouse?
That's right.
There's the donation. I don't remember exactly what it is.
It's 10%.
Is it 10%?
I think it's 10%. Yeah.
So come out and support your team. Bring your posters. Get rowdy. We'll have stuff going on in the parking lot, and it'll be fun. We'll have the live show for the first hour, and have some of the coaches, some of the players, all of that stuff going on. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And it is.
And it will be every week for each team.
Every week. That's right. And it will shift to Wednesdays.
Wednesdays
correct?
after this week. Yeah.
So one Friday edition to the Pep Rally Pit Stop. And then we're going to be looking at more. Wednesday is when that day, slate it in your calendar. If you'd like to come every week, if you'd like to come for just your school, we understand. But it'll be jam-packed, full of fun every week. We're going to have a lot of skits and bits and fun things we're going to be doing. So like Tara said, it is a college game day style show. If you've ever watched College Game Day, you see McAfee and Corso and Herb Street and all the guys.
Yeah.
We want to recreate that on a Region 9 level.
Right.
So, and this will be our first year doing this. So we'd really like to see good support, like everyone to pile into Texas Roadhouse, pack the place, make it a full fun environment for the kids, for the coaches, and for everybody involved with Region 9 football. All right, that's going to bring us to the pretty much end of the first hour here on The Drive, and it's been brought to you by a great number of local partners, including the Aviators. If you'd like to get some tickets to any Las Vegas Aviators game, text Aviators, keyword Aviators, to 435-990-9950 to win tickets. That's Aviators to 435-990-9950. And the show today brought to you by Zag. Protect it better. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City Zag. Just mention the radio special, and they'll apply that $20 off for you. Also brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. Call for tee times, 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700. Or at coralcanyongolf.com. Also, Double D's been on the tee for a while from these guys. Game Day Men's Health for a free tee test to reclaim your game. Reclaim your game. Tee as low as just $50 a week. Lowest price if you sign up this month. Book your appointment at Game Day Men's Health. Call or text 435-265-4223 to get that free appointment. And they will test your tee levels. They've got all kinds of weight loss products. They've got everything to make you feel and look your best. So get over to Game Day Men's Health today and tell them Double D and the crew on The Drive sent you. And lastly, Prime IV. Back to school doesn't mean getting the kids back into it doesn't only mean getting the kids back into a routine. It could be the perfect time to create one for yourself too. Prime IV's August member Kickstart is all about making wellness a habit. Join any membership this month and receive over $600 in bonus value in addition to your monthly benefits. You'll get a free 25-milligram Niagen injection, a free B12 injection, a free additive, a personalized wellness roadmap, and an entry to win a 3-month essential membership. And here's the best part. Stick with the monthly wellness routine for your first 90 days, and Prime IV will reward you with a free Myers IV, $180 value. This August, don't just get back to school, get back to you with Prime IV. All right, that's going to round out the first hour. Thanks so much for listening, and we will bring it back for the second hour with a lot of hard-hitting sports takes, starting with Spencer Linton from BYU TV. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios and joined by a very special guest this segment, the play-by-play sportscaster, sideline reporter for BYU TV, as well as the host of BYU Sports Nation. It's Spencer Linton. How you doing, Spencer?
Good. How are both of you this morning?
Excellent, my friend. We're just revving up, I'm sure you are, for football season, as it's all the talk encompassing the show today. And wanted to start off with you, as you're the foremost expert on BYU football and all BYU athletics. But wanted to ask you, after coming off a 12-2 year, Spencer, where the only losses were to the Red Raiders of Texas Tech, does BYU feel as a program under Kalani that they are among the elite, not only in the Big 12, but the country at this point?
I think that BYU feels confident that they're in position to finally kick down the door and show the country that they belong in a college football playoff. Now, I say that and do so with a little bit of hesitancy, because they're not saying that they have made it, but they believe they have earned the right to be in the conversation when the season begins, and that they're right on the precipice of making history. The frustration of just missing out in the last 2 years has been a huge motivator for Kalani Sitake to retain his roster, which frankly, this offseason has been BYU's superpower, because in this day and age of college football, it is so common to lose at least one, if not multiple, of your best players in the transfer portal to other places because they just want to go to greener pastures. They want more money.
Yeah.
They want a new start. It's just so hard to retain everyone. And yet BYU was one of the very few programs across the country that was able to keep their best players and not lose any significant player through the portal for any reason. And so because they were able to do that and circle the wagons, if you will, they feel like they're in great position to compete for their first ever college football playoff. So do they feel like they've made it? No, but they feel like they have earned the right to start a season in the conversation, compared to the last 2 years when they were off the radar and then won a bunch and worked their way up the rankings. But because of the lack of pole position, it just felt like BYU was chasing something that they couldn't catch up with, and there was very little room for error. This year, because you start number 14, they like their schedule, they like their team, and their opportunities to when they win big games. Now you already have the nation's attention, so they're trying to take advantage of this pole position, which they feel like they have earned, but still trying to hold on to that underdog mentality that, hey, we're still kind of on the outside looking, and we got to kick down the door and go earn this thing.
Yeah, and are they liking this their schedule a little bit better with Sorsby being out and not playing for Texas Tech, who was kind of their Achilles heels last year? Texas Tech team.
Yeah, the Big 12 is an interesting scenario. The Sorsby situation was, as you know, wild.
Right.
Yeah.
And unprecedented in many ways. And ultimately, the NCAA and Texas Tech, they got it right. Like it's unfortunate for Brendan, but with everything that went down, it just was too crazy to try and have him play. And it has, for BYU and some other teams, made them feel like, okay, this levels the playing field a little bit. Texas Tech is still going to be really good, and I still think that they deserve to be the highest ranked team in the Big 12 right now without him. Like, even if he's not playing. BYU doesn't have them on the schedule this year. Some people think that they would maybe see each other again in a rematch of the Big 12 championship game. But teams like Houston and Utah and Arizona and TCU are now saying, okay, well, we feel like we can compete too. So it is a little bit of a wide open race. And BYU still does have two ranked opponents. One of them is not a conference opponent. Notre Dame, a huge game in mid-October, like massive game in Provo.
Yeah.
But that Utah game looms large in Salt Lake City in November.
Right.
So BYU fans have like a Big 12 game circled on their schedules. It's not surprisingly what could happen in Salt Lake City. There's a chance that Utah could be, a one-loss team, or maybe even an undefeated team when BYU rolls in there, and BYU feels like they'll be in a similar position. So that game is certainly circled as a game that could determine who in the Beehive State goes back to a Big 12 championship game. But overall, I think BYU feels like they're not just in the, we can compete with anyone. They feel like, okay, we're the team to beat. So to answer your question, Tara, yeah, like they feel like they've earned the right to have the target put on their backs. But BYU seems to be a team that thrives when they're not the best team perceivably in the conference, and so they kind of like that they're still chasing Texas Tech even though they're not on the schedule.
And Spencer, one of the things you mentioned earlier was the retention of the players, including LJ Martin, a lot of notables coming back for the Cougars. But one departure that looms large is Jay Hill, the former DC, hoping Big 12 teams and fans hoping for a less stingy BYU defense this season. What impact do you think the departure of Hill will have on this year's Cougar squad?
Well, listen, you have to be real when you consider the ability of Jay to get a defense prepared, and his in-game adjustments are one of his superpowers. Like, he's so good at making the proper adjustments immediately and getting his team right if there is a mistake, and keeping his team grounded if there's a breakdown. So BYU will feel that impact a little bit because you're going from a guy who had been coaching the defense for the last 3 years and like had earned the trust and the respect of his team because he had shown like, okay, we listen to me and we will be good. And then they were.
Yeah.
That's not to say that Kelly Papinga doesn't have the respect and the attention of his team. He does. He just has to go and now use the personnel that BYU were able to keep and maintain some level of what BYU has been doing. Now, the advantage that Kelly has is he brings in a middle linebacker who was a first-team All-ACC player at Cal in Cade Uluave, and an NFL linebacker. Like, he's going to play in the NFL. And he has a full cupboard. So he doesn't have to make that many changes schematically from what Jay Hill was doing, but Kelly is a Bronco Mendenhall disciple, and he'll have some different looks and some different packages that are akin to what Bronco would do when he was coaching at BYU and at Virginia. So it'll look a little bit different at times in the fronts and the blitzes and the stunts, but ultimately he has the same personnel and experienced personnel. So he's playing with a full cupboard. So it might not be this year that BYU feels like how different things will be with Jay Hill gone. Like, I think it's going to take a few years before we start to see like the big differences between what Kelly's defense is going to do compared to Jay. The in-game adjustments is probably the one big thing I'm watching for this year because Jay was so good at that. So how does Kelly take on the in-game adjustments, and how does he respond when his defense does have a breakdown? Like, it's a luxury of having a bunch of experienced players. He's going to be able to rely on his players a lot this year. When BYU's defense does rotate through and get a little bit younger, then we start to see like how different things could be in Pro Bowl. But this year, man, they're playing with a full cupboard. I honestly don't think expect it to look that much different.
Who is going to be the defensive standout player this year? Maybe even like a new breakout player for the defense.
Good question. I already mentioned Cade Uluave. He's the obvious pick because of the resume that he brings in from Cal.
Right.
And he's better than I thought he was going to be, and I thought he was going to be great.
Wow.
Early indications are he is the heartbeat of the defense. And BYU fans were worried about replacing Jack Kelly, who's playing with the New York Giants. Well,
yeah,
Cade Uluave has apparently he has calmed that concern. To his credit. So really like what he's doing. If you want like a clear standout player, another name to keep in your mind is in the safeties room. Faletau Satuala. He is absolutely on multiple NFL radars. He's rangy, he's long, he's physical. He's worked on his speed. He covers a ton of ground, and he just is a super cerebral, smart player. So Fale Satuala is a name in the secondary that's going to help BYU. You ask about a breakout player. Gosh, this is a tough question because BYU already does have so much experience,
right?
Yeah,
and there's not a ton of new pieces that are going to be implemented, but a name that is out there but has kind of been in the shadows a little bit is Keanu Tanuvasa. He's on the defensive line.
Oh,
2 years ago when he transferred from Utah to BYU, he was projected to be a top 3-round pick in the NFL if he maintained his course. And I feel like he will reemerge and be a guy that is going to help BYU's defensive front a ton this year. He's worked hard to lean up and in Kelly Papinga's defense, he'll be released to do more on the defensive line than he was doing with Jay Hill. So you could see his sack numbers and his ability to get after the quarterback and do some things bring him to the forefront a little bit more. So Keanu Tanuvasa, I anticipate will have more of a breakout season on that defense.
We are talking live with Spencer Linton, who is the play-by-play sportscaster, sideline reporter for BYU TV, also the host of BYU Sports Nation. I wanted to ask you, Spencer, this guy, I remember his recruitment all the way back when, before he even went on the mission and returned, but Walker Lyons, committed to USC out of high school, 4-star prospect, number 13 tight end in the country. He makes his way to Provo, and I've heard a lot of smoke out of camp that this guy is turning heads. What have you seen from Walker Lyons, the transfer tight end?
Yeah, not surprisingly, a guy that earned all those accolades in high school, but was maybe not used as much as he thought he was going to be when he was at USC, has taken on a role at BYU as a primary pass catcher, and he replaces or I guess feels in a position that BYU has a real need for, because Carson Ryan was drafted in the 6th round and had a fantastic season for BYU.
Yes.
And with Bear Bachmeier became a favorite. Like the tight end position reemerged at BYU.
Yeah.
And so with Carson departing, there was a question like, okay, well, can BYU maintain like this production at the tight end level? And in comes Walker Lyons. And from everything that I have seen and have heard and have gathered in my conversations with the tight ends coach and the offensive coordinator, Aaron Roderick, and from what I've seen at practice, Walker is just Carson Ryan 2.0. Different type of player. He's a little faster and a little twitchier, and not quite the physical blocker that Carson was. Not to say Walker can't block, but I think he's more of a natural pass catcher. And that's a great sign for BYU's offense, because the question marks coming into the season, the biggest one probably is, well, who's going to catch all the passes? Gone are wide receivers Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston, and gone is Carson Ryan at tight end. So who the heck is going to catch the passes? And Walker Lyons is a guy that can immediately and should immediately step in and be a big-time offensive threat for BYU football. I anticipate he's going to have, statistically speaking, similar numbers to what Carson Ryan put up last year, which is, over 600 yards receiving, 50 catches. He's a legitimate threat in the red zone. I think it's going to be a match made in heaven for BYU because of the
Mahomes-Kelsey kind of situation.
Listen, if BYU could replicate any of that, even half of that,
that's
they're
right,
going to be in great shape on offense.
Absolutely. And the guy throwing him the ball, Bear Bachmeier, wanted to ask you about him, Spencer. He took the Big 12 by storm last season. Obviously, the 12 wins, a ton of rushing touchdowns. I think he had 11, but only a 15-7 TD to interception ratio as a passer. How has camp been for Bear's progression as a passer?
Well, I'll put it simply, and this comes from Bear directly a few weeks ago at Big 12 Media Days. He feels supremely confident in his understanding of the playbook, that There is nothing that he feels uncomfortable doing in the new packages and new sets that they have thrown in on top of just the base of the playbook. And so he has worked extensively at getting through his progressions quickly and being quicker to the read. That's been a primary focus for him. But I think that comes just with the understanding of everything that his offensive coordinator could potentially throw at him and recognizing defensive fronts and stunts and disguises. Bear is an incredibly intelligent quarterback, an intelligent human being. And we're talking about a guy that, was at Stanford for a reason, and comes from a family that has high achievers and great minds. He's just, I think it's an underrated aspect of his game is just how naturally intelligent he is.
Yeah.
And so when he takes to a playbook, I mean, he dissects it, he reads it forwards and backwards, and he has spent a ton of time with his first full off season ingesting that, and now he feels supremely confident. So with reps and knowledge, when you've heard the saying, like, if you are prepared, you shall not fear. This is Bear. And so he's very confident and has the command of the offense, and his team fully believes in him. So, yeah, I expect great things from him. And people forget last year he showed up at BYU in mid-June.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get to campus until mid-June. He didn't know if he was going to take one snap, let alone every snap as the starting quarterback, but had to get on an accelerated track. And so to a degree was playing catch up, and BYU still managed to go 12-2 with a true freshman quarterback. And he's only the fifth true freshman quarterback since 2000. So in 26 years to lead a team to a 10+ win season. How about that? Like only 5 true freshman quarterbacks in all of college football in 26 years have led their teams to 10+ win seasons.
Incredible.
It's so he's in rarefied air, but now he's had a full off season. Like, so people are just excited that he's not showing up in June, but he's had a full off season.
Right.
That's
probably why his confidence reigns supreme. But I expect him to live up to the hype.
And one big one here as October 17th looms large in BYU, because that should be one of the biggest home games in the history of Lavelle Edwards Stadium. I'm seeing on TickPick right now, cheapest ticket to get into Lavelle Edwards Stadium that night, $550 to see the Cougars and Fighting Irish. What is the buzz around campus, around Provo, Ben, for a game this big, Spencer?
Is this the Saints and Sinners game?
It could be. It could be, right? Frankly, it's a lot of people are saying, hey, this is the real holy war, right?
Right. Okay, the real holy war. Yeah.
The Catholics and the Mormons, I've seen those t-shirts kind of pop up.
Yeah.
But, hard to know or hard to encompass what this game could potentially mean for BYU. But I'll say this, in the history of BYU football, only one time has BYU been a top 10 team and taken on another top 10 team, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? No, the BYU's never played. They've only played in one top 10 matchup all time. And what's crazy is it was last year, you guys.
Right.
It was at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Like that. That was the first time BYU played in an all top 10 matchup. This year, they could have that game at home. Okay. That's what we're talking about. It could be the second time ever that BYU is in an all top 10 matchup, but this time it's not in Lubbock, Texas. It's in Provo, and it's against Notre Dame. I anticipate that BYU will be welcoming an undefeated Notre Dame team. Notre Dame's schedule is not hard, especially early in the season. BYU is hands down their toughest opponent to date when the Fighting Irish visit Provo on October 17th. Like, they'll be undefeated. They're starting the season number 4. They might be number 2. I mean, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen with Oregon and Ohio State. Like, we'll see where Notre Dame falls, but I would anticipate they'll be at least a top 3 team and still undefeated. If it's up to BYU now, though, can they take care of a couple of tricky early season games? One against Arizona, who's a team that's receiving votes in the AP poll, and the other is at TCU, which is another top 30 team. If BYU can get through those and be undefeated as well, then we'll have the first ever all top 10 matchup in LaVell Edwards Stadium history. So worth the hype. If you got to save money and figure out a way to get there, I think it's going to be a magical setting for college football. The game is great for the sport. I'm super excited about it. And if BYU wins that game, like that's a type of game where that's one of those like, hey, we're kicking down the door and we absolutely belong in the CFP.
Yeah.
Like that as an at-large, not just as a team that could win the Big 12 and take the auto bid. Like if BYU beats Notre Dame, then they're saying we are here.
Yes.
And we belong in the college football playoff. Not just in the conversation, but put us in the bracket.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's that type of game. So, I mean, people are saying like it's the biggest game at LaVell Edwards Stadium since Ty Detmer and BYU hosted number 1 ranked Miami in 1990.
Wow.
Like, you got to go way back.
Yeah.
It just hasn't. This type of game and potential game doesn't happen often.
Yeah. Well, I hope they beat the socks off of them after they skipped out on the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah.
So, maybe a little chip there.
The holdout from the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
A nice touch would be eating Pop-Tarts in celebratory.
That would be great.
Wild berry Pop-Tarts on the field for everybody.
Let's
on
make
the
that
Cougars.
happen. Yeah.
One more for you here, Spencer, as our local team here in St. George, the Utah Tech Trailblazers, make their way up the freeway to Provo on September 5th. That'll be the kickoff of the season for BYU. Currently a heavy favorite, 47.5-point spread here. Do you see BYU opening it up and having a true runaway from Utah Tech and hide type game? Or do you think this will be closer than the 47.5? That's a big number for a season opener.
Gosh, it really is a massive number. Like I saw that and initially was like, whoa, that is super high. Kalani Sitake is a coach that typically does not like to run up the score.
Right.
It's just in his nature. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see, if BYU was up big in the first half, let's say they're up 31-0 or 35-0 at halftime, like he's the coach that's going to gear down. Not so much to like open the door, but he might give some other guys opportunities and put in. He wants to play a lot of his roster and get some guys some field time. So he has been, historically speaking, the type of coach that will take his foot off the gas a little bit in a game like this if his team does get up. Now, this is not to sound disrespectful to Utah Tech at all. I think Utah Tech. They got a great program going, and I think they're going to be competitive in their own respective league.
Right.
Like, it's like I legitimately, I mean that, like genuinely, tip of the cap to what Utah Tech is and what they're trying to do and what they represent. And the shout out to them for all the humanitarian service they've done with the wildfire cleanup and the muds and like incredible stuff.
Right.
Like, I love
Awesome
that.
stuff.
It's a good program. Yeah.
Love that. BYU is just really good. Like they're a really, really good team.
They are.
They want to send a message in week number 1. So I don't know if it's going to be 40, like they're going to cover the 47.5, but I wouldn't be surprised to see like a 56-10 type game where BYU wins by 46 and still somehow doesn't cover there. But I anticipate if BYU gets a big early that they're going to give their other guys some opportunities and we could see, like I said, a 56-10 type game. But I don't anticipate Kalani Sitake is going to try and break any scoring records at BYU. That's for sure.
All right. As might be a little bit closer than we expect, maybe 56-10, maybe somewhere in there. Maybe, the spread.
He's probably going to have some grace,
That's right.
Especially against the Utah team.
School.
In-state,
That's right. All right. Makes sense. All right. Spencer Linton, thanks so much for joining us. He is the sportscaster sideline reporter. See him for the BYU Cougars this season on the sidelines and also the host of BYU Sports Nation. Spencer, thanks so much for joining us. We love the insight and the intel you have and can't wait to have you back again, my friend.
You got it. Appreciate you both. Take care.
Hey, thank you so much.
All right, that'll bring us to the first break of the hour, and it's today's show brought to you by Zag. Protect it better. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City Zag. We're going to grab the quick break. Be back right after this. in your. All right, we're back live from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. It's another Tuesday edition of The Drive. Thanks for riding along with us. And today's show is brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. It's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. And I'm not kidding about the price. $80 special. Lunch, 18 holes, range balls. Terry even said you get a drink.
Yeah.
Fountain drink or an Arnold Palmer, whatever you'd like. So get out to Coral Canyon. Take advantage of that $80 special. 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700 or at coralcanyongolf.com. All right. We've got something set up here that is a little different than my average start bench cut that I try and prep each time we want to run it. This time it's teams. It's team edition of start bench cut, college football. So we've got same scenario. You got 3 names, 3 teams. You've got to start one that'll have the best season, bench one that you think will have the middle of the 2 or the 3, and then cut one that you think will have the worst season of the 3 teams. So we've got the teams assembled, and Tara Atkin will take over.
Here we go. Start bench cut. This one's going to be fun.
All right.
Ohio State.
Yes.
Texas.
Yes.
And Oregon.
Oregon. Okay. All right. I'm about to detonate a bomb in here.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Ohio State start.
Okay. Yeah.
Bench Oregon. And cut the mighty Texas. What do you think? Where are you on this? So let me give a little rationale for why.
Texas is number 5 in
they are
in the poll.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio
Oregon
State's
2.
number 1, Oregon 2.
Yeah. But rankings, let's eliminate the little numbers beside their names.
Okay.
If you had an eye test of the best team of those 3, who would you go with? Eye test.
Still Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay, so we agree there. And then who would you bench?
This one,
it makes it really hard. The quarterback, it's kind of hard with the quarterback.
Like
a lot of teams, a lot of people in start bench cut team edition will just go with the best quarterback on the best team. But all 3 of these teams have good quarterbacks, so it makes it tough.
Arch Manning is still the favorite, right? The odds favorite to win the Heisman.
He is. He was last year as well.
He improved over the year.
He
wasn't good at the beginning.
We don't want to get into this with me, do we?
He improved. He has a lot of upside.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go opposite of you, though, because I do believe in Arch Manning.
All right.
And Texas has been always a great football school. Always, like the whole state of Texas is football.
Sure.
So I am going to bench Texas
and cut the big O. All right.
Cut Oregon. And I do think Georgia's actually going to probably be better than Oregon as well.
Okay. You think Georgia's better than Oregon?
Out.
All right. Well, I found this when I was scrolling through Twitter.
Okay.
This is crazy. Record-setting roster spending continues this season. College football has what they call a $40 million club. Teams that are spending over $40 million on their rosters. Yeah. That includes Texas, Ohio State, and Oregon are in that group. All 3 spend $40 million or more on their roster. So
Georgia's
that's why
not.
Georgia is not on the $40 million club. The other teams that are made up in it are LSU, Miami, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. Those are the teams that spend over $40 million on a roster. So the reason I did this first one, all 3 of these teams part of the $40 million club. So and ranked within the top 5. So I will start Ohio State, bench Oregon, cut Texas. You are starting Ohio State,
bench Texas, cut Oregon.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of a risky one. But
it is risky because Oregon is going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. I will read this one. How about this? Georgia, who you like.
You did say that, yeah.
Indiana, who you like, Signetti. You like him as well.
But he doesn't have Mendoza anymore.
And a team you hate, the Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
You just heard Spencer Linton. He expects him to be top 3 in October.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this one's actually not that bad.
All right.
For me, anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to start Georgia.
Okay.
Bench Indiana. And cut Notre Dame. I mean, I do believe in Signetti. I think he runs a tight ship over there, and he develops the talent. And I think he's going to be just fine without Mendoza, but I don't think it's going to be quite as good of a year for him. So
as Georgia, right?
Yeah.
You're starting Georgia.
Yes, I'm starting Georgia, but I'm benching Indiana just because of that. I mean, they are the reigning national champions, but
pitted against Georgia, it's hard to take Indiana.
Yeah.
I understand. All right, I'm going to start Georgia. I agree with you there. I'm going to bench Notre Dame and cut Indiana.
Wow, you are disrespecting Indiana right now.
I am.
Okay.
I'm not as big of a believer in Hoover. Hoover is the new quarterback in Bloomington. I think he's not going to be Mendoza level. I mean, it's really hard to expect a quarterback to be that good as Fernando was a year ago now on the Raiders. But I think there's going to be a little bit of turmoil in the quarterback position for Indiana. I think Notre Dame with Carr has a guy coming back for a second year as a starter. That helps. Their offensive line's loaded, defense. I don't know. I'm gonna bench Notre Dame, and the only reason I'm benching them is because they're going against Georgia, who I think is going to be very good.
And BYU.
And BYU. No, I mean in the start bench
like cut. In the start bench cut. Okay.
Let's go to the next one here. You can read this one.
Okay. I'm going to go with Miami, LSU, and Texas Tech. And if we go back to that 40 million club.
So we got one ACC, one SEC, and one Big 12 in this one. So not much conference uniformity.
No.
I've said it before. I'm a big Miami guy this year.
Yeah.
I like Miami. I think Darian Menza is going to have a hell of a year. I think he's going to light it up statistically. I think Miami's going to have a lot of athletes. They got Malachi Toney back.
Yeah.
I like Miami to start. And I'm going to bench LSU here.
Oh.
I think that Kiffin's going to have a decent year. I mean, a lot of people doubting Kiffin.
Yeah, because have you seen his track record?
I know. The guy won games at Ole Miss, though. Guy won games.
That's the only school he won games at.
I know. You feel scorned. You're a Tennessee fan.
He cut the ties and left immediately. Like, didn't even stick it through with them. So
that's right.
No.
You're out on Kiff dog.
I'm out
I understand.
on Kiffin.
I know you're not a Kiff dog guy, but Texas Tech, they don't got Sorsby, which you mentioned in the Linton interview.
Yeah.
I think Hammond's the starter, and he's not even healthy. I mean, I think Texas Tech going to take a step back this year. Give me start Miami, bench LSU, cut Texas Tech.
I'm going to start Miami.
Yeah.
And bench Texas Tech, and I'm cutting LSU.
Okay. You don't believe in the Kiffin this year. Or ever, it sounds like.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't believe
I'm not saying he's a good a good morals guy, but I think he is a very good football coach. So I think that LSU, with the resources and players, will win some games this year.
So you don't give any credence to Texas Tech being rated higher and stuff. You think they're just going to be horrible?
I just think that the quarterback thing with Hammond, I mean, this is a guy legit backup. They brought in another guy for $5 million. He can't play. So now you're forced to play this guy. If they had more time, they would have got another portal guy to replace Sorsby, but they ran out of time because they waited so long on this injunction and the hearings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think Texas Tech is not going to have as good of a year as many expect. I actually like BYU or Utah to win the Big 12 better than them.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. All right, let's go.
I just don't think they're going to be better than LSU.
Well, opinions. We all got them.
All
right, let's go to the next one here. Tennessee, your favorite team, the Vols. USC, not talking South Carolina either. USC, Southern California, and Michigan.
Okay. I love how you have to define.
Well, where I'm from back east, everyone calls South Carolina USC, and it's not really USC. The real USC is Southern California.
Reggie Bush.
Yes.
So I am going to start USC. Oh, man.
That's painful for you.
I know.
Heupel and the boys?
Yes.
Doubting them?
I love Josh Heupel, but oh my goodness.
You say that like you're always I love Josh Heupel.
I do, but I don't know that I really have high hopes this year for my Vols. Which
that's devastating.
It breaks my heart. It really does. Thanks. I'll probably go off the show and cry a little bit today. But okay, USC, I am going to bench. I don't know.
Kyle Whittingham. Come on now.
Nope. Okay, I'm going to start Michigan.
Oh,
I'm going to bench USC.
All right. And cut the Vols? Man, you're not even a fan. I revoked your fan card.
Well, no, that's not how this game works. It's theoretical.
You're doing the exercise. I understand.
I'm doing the exercise.
I'm giving you your card back. All right.
But over those two teams.
Yeah. It's hard. USC's good. And so is Michigan. They're got a new coach, new sheriff in town, ready to resurrect things and fix it up.
Yeah, and Kyle Whittingham, unlike Lane Kiffin, has had a long winning record. Been a successful coach for a long time.
We're going back to the last one now. All right. I'm going to start USC. I'm going to bench Michigan and cut Tennessee. I mean, I think Tennessee, I know.
I'm right there with you.
I'm
I don't know what
glad
to
you
do.
said it first, so I didn't have to crush your soul.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to have a tougher year this year.
I
love Heupel. I really do. I think he's one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
But I just don't think, who was it, Joey Aguilar last year? Is he back?
That I don't know, actually.
I mean, he was pretty good, you know, when he played. He was not bad. And the defense is solid for Tennessee just about year in, year out. But I just don't think USC got this Maiyava kid who's really good. Michigan's got Underwood. I just think the quarterback situation at the other two schools stronger than Tennessee. So let's go. Do we have an answer on the Aguilar? I don't know. I was going to look that up as well, but
says I don't think he's back.
He's a 6-year senior or something, so he's out.
He is gone. So he did try to gain another year of eligibility, but it was denied.
Denied. All right.
So, and they haven't named a starting quarterback yet, which isn't.
That's never good.
That's not
good. That's what
good.
West Virginia's doing. So I know I'm in the same boat.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the last one here. Finish strong. BYU, Alabama, and Penn State.
Oh, wow.
Big name programs.
They are big name programs. Bama has just been dominant for so long. BYU, I think, is really up and coming, though. And I think they are set to have a really great year, especially, just after talking to
Spencer.
So I think I'm still going to start Alabama, though.
Ooh.
Bench BYU and cut Penn State.
Okay. I'm going to start BYU, bench Alabama, cut Penn State.
Okay.
I think BYU is going to have a good season this year. I don't see Alabama making the playoff with how tough the SEC is and all the teams. So BYU, much easier path. They got to deal with Utah. I understand. They got to deal with Texas Tech. But it's not the slate and the slog that is the SEC schedule, which as a Tennessee fan is tough.
It is way tougher, yeah.
So Penn State plays in the Big Ten. I think they're going to get beat pretty bad in a lot of games. I think they're one of the more overrated teams in the country. Matt Campbell takes over from Iowa State to replace James Franklin. Don't have a ton of confidence in that. I think that Penn State's going to struggle. They're somehow ranked really high like they always are preseason, but I don't see them really delivering on that. So I think BYU start, bench Alabama, and cut Penn State. All right, that is your start, bench, cut college football team edition. As I really do like doing start, bench, cut. It's fun. You always got to isolate one guy or one team that feels left out that's not good enough to make the roster. But we start them, we benched them, and we cut them. And now it's time to take a break on the drive. And today's show brought to you by Zag. Protect it better. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George of 1 Cedar City Zag. Just mention the radio special, and they'll apply that $20 off for you. We're going to grab the quick break. Be back right after this. We are back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios, just enjoying another ride along on the drive. As today's show brought to you by a great number of local partners, including Zag, Coral Canyon, Prime IV, Game Day Men's Health, all great sponsors and partners of the show. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do every single day, and really enjoyed today's show. We talked with Spencer Linton from BYU TV. Really got a nice preview on the season.
Yeah.
I really thought he had a lot of good intel.
He had a lot of really good insight. Yeah,
He did, and he's just well versed on everything you want to talk BYU. I was asking about Walker Lions, and he had all this stuff canned up, ready to go.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this guy is another level of Cougar knowledge. So good for us getting him on. We also talked Start Bench Cut College Football Team Edition. We did a Region 9 Week 2 preview. We've done a lot on the show today, and it is winding down. About 6-7 minutes left in today's program, and wanted to ask you, Miss Tara Atkin, what are you watching tonight? I know it's a busy time at your household. You got a young one fleeing the nest here shortly.
Been packing her up, getting ready to take her up to the U tomorrow.
Yes.
So, but tonight, this one's easy. I will be watching the Padres at the Mets.
Okay.
And we're, still in that tight race with the Phillies for the wild card. So every game matters at this point. So that's what I will be tuned into watching tonight.
All right. I like that from you. You're still hanging on with baseball as your team's in the mix.
I love baseball. Yep.
You love a good seam ball. And I don't mind that. I was, pull the curtain back, watching a lot more baseball pre-trade deadline. I would even text you, said, hey, I'm watching baseball, watching the Nats. But then they sold off everybody, and I stopped dialing in as much. But I have been watching other games, and there's a lot of good games on today in baseball. The Yankees take on the Orioles. You got the Tigers, Pirates, the Marlins, Phillies.
The big one, Dodgers.
Dodgers, who they got? Rockies?
Yeah, the Rockies. But talking, earlier about Shohei and the MVP race and stuff. So that'll be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, the odds are so tight between Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs and Shohei Ohtani, of course, of the Dodgers. When I was looking at a pre-show, it was minus 105 favoring Shohei to a slight underdog, Pete Crow Armstrong, minus 115.
Yeah.
So it is a dead heat.
Is tight.
As both guys hit 2 home runs last night. Both guys knocked 2 out of the yard. One was a walk-off. Let me see if I can find that, the Pete Crow Armstrong walk-off. That was a great audio as well. He crushed that ball. He's been on a streak like I haven't seen for a while from an outfielder. I mean, this dude, he's got so much range. He's a great defensive player, but he also crushes the baseball. I got it. And it is, this was an awesome little soundbite last night as at Wrigley Field, taking on the White Sox, crosstown rivalry here. And this is Pete Crow Armstrong saying, game over, everybody.
Hang on, I've got to get this.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. He called game here, knocked one way out of the yard, and he is going to continue to try and win that NL MVP as the odds are tight. We know that it's going either which way as far as, the winner of the NL MVP. The AL is pretty much locked up. Yordan Alvarez has that one pretty much on ice. But the race between Pete Crow, PCA they call him, and Shohei Ohtani, this was Pete Crow Armstrong last night, sending all the Cubbies fans home flying the W.
High fly ball. That's to right. That's back. That is gone.
Wow.
Ball game. PCA.
How do you not love that, Paul? How do you not love baseball? Look at those lights going. Come on.
It was a magic
get
moment.
You jacked up. I don't know what does.
Yeah, it's awesome. There he is flying the W. I love it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And he's so fired up, too. Like, you can tell it matters to him. Like, that's what I like to see, the emotion, just the pure, raw emotion from these players when they crush a huge hit or a walk-off or strike out a guy in a key situation. Yeah. You get the fist pump. You get the kind of fired-up nature that comes with making a big play as he did there. So that MVP race, we'll be tracking on the show throughout the the next coming months when the awards are handed out in the MLB. I got to say, I'm rooting for PCA to win it. I know a lot of people like Ohtani, but he's won it a bunch. It's kind of like Judge.
Like, we're over it. Yeah.
Like Raleigh should have won last year.
Exactly.
We had our guy right here in studio just begging for it.
I was ticked too, yeah.
And he couldn't get it. And we were all disappointed as a whole because Judge has won it, I don't even know how many times, a bunch of times.
And what Cal Raleigh did was insane too. Like,
as a catcher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Broke the all-time catcher home run record for a single season.
Exactly.
He did everything that year.
Yeah, but somehow Judge still won it.
He still somehow won it. I just don't understand.
I don't either.
I don't comprehend. No comprende. But that's going to really pretty much wrap us on the show today. Any parting thoughts for the listeners, Tara? You got anything else on the docket today?
No.
Watching the Padres, helping pack up.
Yeah. Looking forward to some more ideas for fantasy football punishments.
Yes,
and,
we're going to have to get that dialogue going in the group chat today. I will strike that up once I get home today. I'd like to see the ideas of some of our compadres in the Fantasy Football League, and should be fun. I think we need to narrow one down and get a draft order. I think your batting order, that should be the most fun. All right, coming into the cage next.
Yeah.
At 6'1".
Get some sounders for it.
Yeah, we should get walk-up music for each person. We all pick a walk-up song.
There we go, yeah.
Stroll into the box.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
That'd be awesome. But it's been an awesome show today. Thanks to Tara Atkin. It's been a great show. And thanks to all the sponsors. Zag, Protect It Better. Get $20 off any phone repair at the 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City Zag. Just mentioned the radio special. Also, Coral Canyon. It's fantastic. Get out and play great golf for a great price. Call for tee times 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700 or at coralcanyongolf.com. Game Day Men's Health for a free tee test to reclaim your game. Tee as low as just $50 a month if you sign up this month. Book your appointment now. 435-265-4223. For Tara, for myself, we'll see you tomorrow.